everyone, I'm Tiara of Tiara Talks Food, and if you think that you have to give up a delicious dessert just to manage diabetes, you don't have to. Today, I'm actually going to show you how to make a delicious low-carb dessert. I'm going to show you how to make my chocolate mud cake. Let's get started. To start, I'm going to put in some butter, about a tablespoon of butter, and I'm going to pop it in the microwave to let it melt. After the butter is melted, I'm going to add in my dry ingredients such as my almond flour, my cocoa powder, my baking powder, a little bit of salt, and my monk fruit sweetener, and as well as my vanilla extract. And I'm going to stir it all together until it's nice and well combined. If you have any clumps of almond flour, just try to work them out. They'll also be, it'll be easier to work them out as after you add the egg too. So I'm going to have an egg that's about room temperature, and I'm going to stir in the egg until everything is well combined. Now remember, you don't want to taste raw batter because of the raw egg. So, wasn't that easy? Now at this stage, if you like, you can add in some chocolate chips. I like to add in some sugar-free chocolate chips that I have on hand because it makes the cake nice and gooey in the middle. But if that's not what you're into, feel free to omit it. You can also add in some fruit. One of my favorite things to add in here are sometimes strawberries or raspberries, depending on what you like. But again, feel free to omit. This cake works well without any of those things. Now I'm going to pop it into the microwave, and I'm going to set my timer for a minute. Now, all microwaves are different, so if a minute passes and it still looks like it could use a little bit more time, definitely check with a fork or a toothpick to check for doneness. But you want to be careful that you don't over microwave this because you don't want to dry this out. So a minute to maybe a minute and 5 or 10 seconds should be just fine. And now, my cake is done. Wasn't that super easy? Now, one of my favorite things to do here is to top it with some of my favorite toppings. So, I love whipped cream, I love chocolate syrup, and I love a little bit of cocoa powder on top, as well as some chocolate chips. So, obviously, the nutritional info is going to change depending on what you choose to add to it. But otherwise, this is a great time to have fun with this dessert. If you have a low-carb ice cream or another type of ice cream that you like, feel free to put it on here. Use whatever kind of toppings you like. So I hope that you've enjoyed this recipe. Give it a shot. Play around with it for a little bit. Let me know what you think, and definitely post photos and reach out to me if you have any questions. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.